Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Final Fantasy Brave Exodus video, and we got a review here for you guys. Garland and Marilith, and also Fledgling the Warrior. So let's go into Deus Awakening Garland first. 300% long burst damage. You also have 400% GDH, which is nice. 30% cap, so all you need is Lightning's STMR or any of the Clash Wills equipment. 100% all killers, and also has 150% human killer. His SLB, 87% defense spirit break, 125% fire, wind, water, and earth, and dark and perils. That's a pretty unique. 230% dark physical damage, 24 hits, and also 50 times mod boost for Garland's LB only. Okay. His highest passive for mod buffs are just not really useful. And he's just like a free option for chaining, but like I've never used him for anything. This is not even like a whale thing or anything. It's just like I don't even consider him for anything. Like if I need chaining, I've got other options like that are more easily accessible, I suppose. I don't know. I just never really considered him for it. I never looked at him at all. After this came out, it's like whatever. So I'll give him a 6. He has a lot of options for chaining, but like it's really not worth mentioning, really. And his SLB is 24 hits instead of 27, so that also is kind of a detriment, honestly. Because at this point, most if you have a chaining LB, most of them should be 27 hits, so that a lot of them can work together. This guy just, I'll give him a 6 at best. That's generous. We have Marilith here. Marilith. I'm sure you've seen my videos on Marilith by now, I hope so. I've been talking about her quite a lot. So she should be in your mind at some point. Her STMR is not stackable. Even on the JP version it wasn't stackable. And also something to keep in mind, it's one-handed. So that's also something to keep in mind, guys. She gives herself and all allies chaining while also giving herself and all allies 200 times mod boost for that chain. And triple cast for all allies but herself. That's okay. And with Vivi you can fix this because it's fire out, I believe, so I don't know what it's called. I think that's what it's called on global. So you just give him the Uranus ring so that he can quad cast. Much easier. The chain 210 times mod, fire magic bolting strike. Lots of fire magic and chaining options. She has fire imbue for all allies, 25% amp, 600% cap, 150% lone burst damage, 200% killers, insect, beast, human, plant, and demon. And we're not gonna really care about the LB too much. The SLB is 135% fire and peril, 100% human and insect killer buff, 300 times mod fire magic damage. That's a one hitter, and also 300 times mod buff for fire bolting strike chaining. So she doesn't really offer much utility besides what I just mentioned. She does a lot of fire things. STMR is one-handed, so I would not recommend getting multiple copies. It won't be very useful in the future because of the magic variants I've been talking about, like to death basically. And her LB will fall short of being anything other than just like helping out a little bit here and there. Her main focus is the mods of the fire bolting strike chaining and stuff like that, so not really necessary to be a finisher too much. So yeah, and really she really is only gonna be brought along for Vivi. That's it. I don't see her being useful for any situation other than Vivi. So but then mine, I gotta lower her score down a little bit because she's very good, but at the same time she's really only good in Vivi teams. Maybe I just don't see why you would ever bring her along for anything other than just helping out Vivi do insane damage. So I'll give her 8.5. Her vision card is decent for herself, but 8.5 for Marilith. On Vivi teams she'll be definitely top tier. On anything else, you won't even remember that she exists. So yeah, let's move on. And finally we have Fledgling Warrior, Warrior of Light. Technically, his STMR is very good for any physical tank because it's not just for himself. I know we're kind of used to that by now where, oh, the flat stuff is only for that one unit, but any physical tank can benefit from this. Sadly, only the killers are also only tied to physical tanks, which most of them don't need, but the other stuff is really good. So both sides, preemptive physical cover, on both sides, pretty good because sometimes tanks don't have covers on both sides. 50% charging chance from for both sides. Base form, 85% attack and magic break on a normal ability, so if you need it, it's there, like an emergency. Dispel for enemies attack and magic. The LB, 87% attack and also 85% magic break. Has 75% general physical mitigation, also 75% aquatic, demon, and dragon, and reaper mitigation. I've actually used this mitigation, it's been very helpful every now and then. So yeah, very useful. Unfortunately, it's 24 hits. Doesn't really chain with anything, so just use it. Don't worry about the chaining. In the Brave Shift form, 99% general mitigation for himself. Very good. And the biggest thing that everybody's wondering about and thinking about is the 15 times and also 30 times mod buffs for all allies on condition. There's a huge amount of conditions on each of these things. And also the 60 times is only for himself, so it's not that useful, but yeah, there's quite a bit of conditions. I'm sure it'll be a lot more clear on global, but yeah, there's quite a bit of conditions for the 30 times and also the 15 times, but it's what most people are talking about. So with all that in mind, let's get into the cons. He does not have infinite turns, sadly, so you have to shift when his cooldown's up, which we'll be talking about soon. His Brave Shift LB is not much different from the base LB besides just different hits and a different modifier. So I don't know why they did that. Usually the Brave Shift LB, if they don't have infinite turns, is better in some way, but okay. And the modifier cooldown, which everybody's talking about in his Brave Shift form, is only available on turn 4, which is a little slow in my opinion. I don't normally get to use it because lower end battles end, by turn 4 at least, so there's no need for it. So for Clash of Wills, for Dark Visions, things like that, of course it's gonna be very good. So all in all, very, very good, very, very, very good physical cover tank. I'm definitely gonna give him a 9 out of 10. His vision card is also very, very good. I've used it in multiple occasions. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for Fledgling Warrior. Definitely worth getting more than one of his S-Teamer as well, for people who may ask. There are some people out there who are like, oh, should I get more than one of this unit's S-Teamer? Yes. At least get 2. If you're pulling, of course. Alright guys, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and please support it in other ways if you liked. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.